Welcome everybody to another edition of the Untitled Manny and Marcus Show. I am Marcus, the Grand Finale, and I'm joined by
Lord Manny. Hey, hey!
Ho Ho. Welcome to another edition of the jam-packed Manny and Marcus Show. So jam-packed, we cut out the AEW section altogether. We're only going to cover NXT in this Wednesday Night War. Because, Manny, by God, I believe this week NXT will win the Wednesday Night War.
It's the only way they will win.
Yeah. To start it off, I know we're going to talk about NXT and I have a section for it, but I want to talk about these ratings this week. I'm going to go on a limb and say that NXT will do the same 700 that they normally do and will gain no extra viewers. How would you feel?
I think it's going to do 800.
800?
Yeah, a little bit more than it normally would get. And I would put that on banking. I don't think they did. Banking on the NFL lot to have tweeted out, "Watch me on NXT tonight." Da, 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 da.
Did they do that?
I would hope so. I would hope AJ Hawk did.
Yeah.
I didn't even know who the other two were.
No, to be honest. They didn't even say their name. As soon as they said AJ Hawk, I was like, yeah, former Green Bay Packer. But I feel like we're going to go, the ratings are going to come out, and NXT is going to do their same 700. And here comes the AEW fan base, most more than likely Chad, talking about they only did 700. What a cheap ass show. But
He won't come on.
I know. But I'm just saying, they're still going to say the same thing. They're going to be like, oh, they can only do 700. You know, if NXT wasn't on, AEW do 1 million. I think it'd be the same. Plus, they have stiff competition with NBA playoffs and the Democratic National Convention with all-star lineup Barack Obama on the show, on the card this night. And Kamala Harris as well. Two heavyweights going out in the news this week.
Oh, she's a triple threat.
Yeah. Black, Asian, Indian, South American woman. Female woman. Empowered.
Female woman.
Yeah. Female woman. Put that to the banks. That's fact. Alright, the first thing I don't know, maybe froze for a little bit. Who cares? So it was hashtag the Velveteen Dream. Last night, Velveteen Dream got into a match with Finn Balor to compete in the North American ladder match. He ended up, after a case of shenanigans going over Balor, this set the internet ablaze. And people who are extremely upset that the Velveteen Dream has gotten this shot. Manny, how do you feel about this?
So firstly, we're not talking about the match in general yet, are we?
Huh? No, you can talk about...
We're just talking about the backlash.
Yeah, we're talking about the backlash.
For me, personally, I don't think Velveteen should have won. But I also don't think... I personally thought that it should have been like Gargano, Velveteen, and then Ridge versus Finn. And somehow it ended up with Ridge and Gargano going into the ladder match, and then we get these two as a match itself. Because I feel for the backlash to happen, like, it doesn't necessarily... I get it, and I wouldn't necessarily feel comfortable watching... If I had kids, I wouldn't necessarily feel comfortable with a man like that. When it's a PG product, and my kids would be watching that as a parent. But then, like, a lot of these wrestling fans aren't parents and getting upset about this. And, like, if it was that serious, the police would have got involved by now.
Yeah.
And he hasn't been taken off TV because he's got police coming after him.
Yeah. So, this isn't an R. Kelly scenario.
Yeah, and he's not being taken to court or anything. So there must be not much into these allegations.
All right, before we go any further, and let's talk about a more lighter subject. I'm not gonna jump to a different subject. I just want to say, pop! Shout out to El Luchador has just joined the Lumberjack.
Oh, I didn't see that come up on my chat.
Because I blocked him. No, I'm just playing. No, I'm just playing. No, I'm just playing. It should probably come up momentarily. So here's my take on this. One, that the Velveteen Dream is accused of being a pedophile. If he is guilty of this, he should not be in this situation. But what I've learned over the time, and I don't have any facts or anything, but what it seems like, one, the WWE would not put him on TV if he was actually doing this. That would destroy that. That would be the actual end of the WWE. In cancel culture times, that is the absolute end of you, whatever you were involved in. They will ask you to give every dollar you have to children foundations, destroy everything down piece by piece. That's my first thing. Two, there haven't really been any evidence, and like you said, if it was as serious as they're saying, the police would be involved. Triple H released a statement, I believe, in the conference call, and had, I think, another interview on the side talking about this, and he just basically blows it off as he's saying that the internet's just set ablaze on there. They want to comment from, but there's no comment to make because there's nothing there. They looked into it, and the Velveteen was only taken out because of the car accident. I don't know. You don't know if these things are true. I believe some of it is that he had a lot of heat on him because of the what was going on. They did whatever they can, just like what any company in the world would do. They probably said, "Hey, what's going on with this? Is there anything behind it?" And the Velveteen probably was like, "No." And are the police involved? Probably not. The person on Twitter can rant all they want, but there isn't anything there. It's just more like accusations. And if there was more facts and more, information out there, I would see why WWE wouldn't have him on TV. And the fact that he's in there in a title match and they're featuring him every week, I don't think it's just there for him to get a ratings grab. To be like, ooh, we have Velveteen Dream and all his controversy. Ooh, look at this. It's just something that they do not see as a big deal.
So, on Facebook, I wake up this morning and I get the events of what Marcus does on Facebook, which is respond to various amounts of people, and I get to see all of this firsthand. Well, secondhand, and I can see how deep Marcus went into this topic, and I feel like your comments about Mike Tyson and then Macho Man Randy Savage were well warranted, and you raised a very good argument in terms of how people perceive this thing. So it brings to the table, if Velveteen was convicted and he did some time. I don't know if you do time.
You do time. You do time.
You do, yeah. So
I think you do time. I'm like 90% sure you do time, unless you're a rich white man. Unless you're a rich white man, you do no time.
And then he comes back. Are people just going to be up in arms and take him back in?
Yeah.
Because there's allegations of the Macho Man as well, but everyone goes, ooh, yeah, dig it.
Yeah.
But
he's loved. Oh, you done? I don't know if you're done or not. Sorry.
No, yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, I mean, everybody loves the Macho Man. He had allegations of approaching a underage Stephanie McMahon. Who knows how old? It's all rumor and speculation. This has just been something that's been going on in the wrestling fandom for the longest. And it was the reason why Vince fired Macho Man originally. If this was today and Macho Man had these allegations with, no evidence that he actually did anything, would we be celebrating Macho Man Randy Savage as, oh no, he's a pedophile and this and that? And, and it's a valid point. Like, if you do something one way, your morals can't stand. I don't want to see these same people celebrating Randy Savage when you're like, oh, he has no evidence. That's just rumor and that's all made up. But, the Velveteen Dream could be in the same situation.
I don't know if we can really go with that argument ever, El Luchador, where you go different times with Macho Man. Because that also falls into, like, when you see racist old people, when you go, oh, they're from a different time generation, doesn't mean it's right. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
like Manny, I don't know about you, but I'm one of those people. I've gotten to a group in my age at 35 going on 36 that
Hey,
think the culture has changed. The culture has changed in in these 30 years. There were the F word and a homophobic slur was used on a regular basis when I was coming up. Or anti-gay things would say, "Oh, you're gay if you do that and do this. Oh, you're gay." Stuff like that was used on a frequent basis of me coming up. To the point where if you drink out of some water fountain, "Oh, you gay for drinking out the gay water fountain." Like, stupid
yeah,
stuff like that. I've adjusted with the times. And I no longer make stupid jokes like that because I realize that it's offensive. It's not that difficult to adjust like that. Like, to be like, to take something out of your vocabulary. It's not embedded into my roots to be homophobic. It's not like
yeah.
I need to do this. Like, oh my God, it's a gay guy. Oh my God, I'm gonna freak out. I've never seen anything like this. Ew. No, I adjust with the times. I never associate that with that. Oh, they're a part of their time. But when I do see an very old racist white guy, and I say, hey, oh, he's racist. It's part of his time. Saw that coming.
Yeah.
It's like, but in this scenario, I feel like with this cancel culture, people are ready to believe everything they hear on the internet. Because currently, if you think about it, and this is a United States thing, Joe Biden has sexually harassed you as a presidential candidate. Just accusations, but he's someone that people are rooting for, even Barack Obama and everybody else. President Trump hung out with Theo Epstein and Giselle Maxine, who ran a full sex island and whatnot with underage minors. And all these accusations, but no one actually has proof. Until there's 100% proof, and Bill Clinton involved in that too. But until somebody has proof on any of this, you can't just go out there and vilify somebody by changing their Wikipedia page and doing all this. This isn't an R. Kelly situation in which you have tons of evidence and witnesses that are coming out, or even a Michael Jackson scenario in which there are tons of people coming out and accusing him. This seems like it's one person that's in outrage over this, and they have nothing that backs their claim.
So, I got a new word to enter my vocabulary today.
What's that?
Rat liquor.
Rat liquor.
So I had to look up the definition. A person who refuses to wear a mask or take any of the basic precautions to help society prevent an airborne illness during an epidemic. It's in reference to the bubonic plague being spread by rats.
I'm so down for that. I am so down for calling people rat lickers. Because I don't even understand the anti-mask thing. Sure, it sucks. It's not the most convenient. But I'd rather do that than to risk getting somebody sick or spreading a virus or a disease in there. And people to be outraged, and you see new videos of people fighting over not having masks on. Just don't go out. There's reason.
Well, all you've got to do is wear your mask when you're in a store around other people.
Yeah.
Like, be quick. No one's telling you to be in there for half an hour.
Yeah, I'm not telling you to go hang out at Starbucks or build your office out of Starbucks and you're upset that you can't have your office and not have a mask on. Just get the fuck out. Go in and out. Or there are so many delivery services for groceries. If you don't want to wear a mask and you're uncomfortable and you fear whatever the case may be, just have your stuff delivered to your door. You don't have to wear a mask. Amazon does it. But then again, you're afraid that Amazon's becoming a monopoly and they're ruining the world. Everything is ruining the world to the anti-mask people. And I just don't care. I don't care. Put your fucking mask on. And I think we covered enough on this. Manny, let's talk about NXT, the only wrestling show this Wednesday night. What are your thoughts on NXT in total, including the main event?
I don't feel like they did enough. Like, you didn't have AEW on. You could have done a bit more, but not to say the show wasn't good, because the thing that stuck out to me was how good Pat McAfee was on the fucking mic.
Yeah, he was brilliant. He was great. He was great. And you know what? The thing is about Pat McAfee on the mic, I knew it was there. I knew it. But it was still like a shock of, man, he's even better than I thought this week. Like, he's a step away, I feel like, from being MJF. That's how good he is on the mic. Everything comes out natural. I'm sure that promo was scripted. Maybe. But they probably gave him 3 minutes to write himself.
Even if it was scripted, it was good.
Yeah. Like, he's a natural shit talker. Like Chael Sonnen or, I'm blanking out shit talkers. But all the great shit talkers ever. Like, he just came out there. It was natural. He tore Adam Cole. Adam Cole and his merry men, as Pat McAfee referred to, beat all their guys up. Beat all the security guys up. Stared them down, say he's going to embarrass Pat. And it really got me even more hyped for this match. And I'm looking forward to it. Looks like a hell of a show.
Yeah, it really does. And Pat McAfee came out with his boys. One black guy for protection.
I think his name is Butler.
The only person I knew out of 3 was AJ Hawk.
Yeah.
Who works alongside Pat McAfee on their show.
Oh, does he? I didn't even know that because I don't.
Oh yeah, I kind of watch the Pat McAfee show occasionally when I need a more ESPN type viewpoint on things.
Yeah, I mean, like the ESPN viewpoints, you know what you're gonna get. Like on every single show, you feel like they can only say this much, they can only go this far, and you know there are other shows that, yeah, I totally get. I should probably watch Pat McAfee. I think I enjoy it.
Well, Pat McAfee is basically like how you would talk to one of your friends.
Yeah.
On a show talking about sports, whereas like ESPN is very corporate.
Yeah. And it's very choreographed. Like when you watch the show, it's like they have, or it's like most news shows and channels these days. The guy would ask the question, you say this take, okay, what take are you going to say? I'm going to say another take, but basically say the same thing that you're saying. But then I need somebody to oppose. All right, you're going to be the person that opposed this take, and you got to say why and come up with your reasons why. Or, you know, just to make it interesting, because show isn't fun if everybody agrees. Sorry. Welcome to the Untitled Manny and Markins show. We're agreeing on shit. But I thought the segment was great. Probably was the big highlight of the night. And like you said, NXT didn't really do anything to say, we're all by ourselves. Bobby, the AEW isn't around. Leave us alone to our devices. And the fact is, it was a tape show. It was absolutely a tape show. That's the worst part. It's like they weren't prepared for them to be AEW to be preempted this night. Or they were like, But the next week one is what I'm going to judge them by. Because that's when they're all alone. And it's going to be taped. But they know they're all alone.
But they knew. So we knew about AEW changes.
That's true.
3 weeks ago.
That's
so they
right.
knew they were going unopposed.
They just didn't care. They just did what they did. And, you know, I'm disappointed that it wasn't like, we're going to go balls to the wall tonight. You're going to see some crazy shit. You see that little tank Shotzi Broadcast coming out with? Check out this monster tank she's coming out with. You see Johnny Gargano follow his head, which I thought was the worst moment of the night. I was like, oh, God. He looked dead.
He did. And, like, so I remember reading the news story about this. So I think Johnny was out for a bit, like, in terms of, so people get Triple H and Shawn Michaels came out to check on him and everything. So this was obviously all edited out. And then you got Johnny apologizing to everyone that was watching that the taping took longer than needed to because of that injury.
Why is he apologizing? I know he's one of the leader of the locker room. It was his match. But it should be Rich Holland going out there. Fuck.
To be fair, though, that accident could have happened to anyone.
Yeah. I feel like it was an issue.
Like,
oh, go ahead.
Because, like, I don't think Johnny got enough rotation going on in his flip. And I don't think Ridge caught him as well to get that full power slam on him.
Yeah, it was more. I felt like it was an incident when he was supposed to tuck his head under there. Maybe, I don't know. It just looked really bad. And the fact that it happened in picture, which I'm normally ignoring. And then I was just looking up because I think I was going back and forth between. No, this started the show. I don't even know what I flipped to something.
You knew it was bad because the moment it happened, it was like you had Maro go screaming, "Oh my god, oh my god!"
Yeah.
and they kept that in, and I was like, "Fuck."
They kept all of it in, but it was a very seamless edit. You could not tell if you were watching that match that they took a lot of time to edit, come back later, and finish it.
Like, it wasn't nearly as bad as, like, let's say the edit when Kyrie got injured, when she got thrown into the steps, because you knew there was a cut.
Yeah.
And we all knew that happened. We were just wondering how they would deal with it. And it was like, whoa, they cut that really short. But then with this, when they started to reshoot again, it almost instantly like was used as like, oh, he's got an injured head now, he's a bit woozy and stuff like that. And it added to the match afterwards. But like, I feel like this match was going to be completely different till that injury happened.
Yeah. So, like, when Johnny won, I was like, I'm assuming he hasn't suffered serious injury because they had a chance to change it and be like, all right, Rich, you're going to take the spot in the match. So, I'm assuming he isn't as concussed, or I'm sure he got a concussion or something. But he has time to heal from it and stuff. But it was just one of those things that was shocker. It was a real shocker throughout the show.
Well, he seemed fine right after the match.
He still seemed woozy, yeah. But you don't know how much later that was. To be honest, it was like this could be hours or, a day, not a day, but hours after, or who knows, just so he can recover. But he seemed fine. Let's see if you agree with my theory. I may have brought it up on the show before, or maybe I was just talking to somebody or something. But my theory behind NXT right now and the way they're booking it for what Triple H brought up. The draft is coming up pretty much soon. They're booking it because people are going to leave the show, and you don't want people to have these titles. And so I'm thinking that there will be nobody that is going to get called up that has a title. So my theory is that's why Keith Lee is going to lose, why Cameron Grimes is probably, or Damian Priest is winning the North American title, or somewhere like those lines, and why Imperium will go unopposed as tag team champions. All these people are not getting called up or drafted.
So I think Johnny is going to win the ladder match because I think they will need someone to carry the torch while people move up and down. So I believe Keith Lee will move up. But I feel like Karrion Kross will still need some additional help to help carry that brand. I don't think Karrion Kross can really hold that brand on his own.
Yeah,
because I can foresee Adam Cole going out. Whether the Undisputed Era follow him, another question.
Well, I think if Adam Cole would go up after this Pat McAfee feud, he would have more value to the person that matters the most on the main roster. That's Vince McMahon. Oh, he did this angle with a celebrity. This guy is multifaceted. He's actually had a good showing. He's a storyteller. He's just not a vanilla midget, as Triple H would say.
Well, that's the thing, though. So they highlighted it in Pat McAfee's promo that he's the best NXT has to offer.
Yeah.
But he managed to take him out in 1 minute.
Yeah. It's 1 minute, bang, over. One kick to the head. I can do this all day. I'm already the best. My favorite line he used is that I'm I'm a millionaire in 7 different occupations, and I could beat 8 if I chose to become a wrestler. It's amazing. What are you gonna say?
So I was just gonna say yeah. So when you're booking towards the draft, I'm looking at people that could potentially move up, and there's going to be a few that aren't going to be ready, and they're going to be pushed up, and they're inevitably going to get buried.
Yeah, there's this theory that Eric had another theory, and this is another segment of NXT. It was the women's tag team match in which the dynamic duo of Aaliyah and Mercedes Martinez took on an even more epic dynamic duo of Rhea Ripley and Shotzi Blackheart. And I'm going to welcome to the ball pit. Eric's theory is that that's the tag team. Ripley and Blackheart are going to be the ones to beat Bayley and Sasha. And I'm stealing this from Eric in all his glory. If he was in the chat, he'd be able to stop me from doing it. What do you feel about that?
See, I'm not sure about that. Because although Shotzi's been tagging with a lot of people, but she seems to have been tagging with Tegan already. So I would have thought they would have tagged again. But if you want to put the women's tag titles on Ripley, why not?
But who would you rather have be able to go to all three shows? I would suggest Rhea Ripley and Blackheart would be who I would choose at this point. I feel they're more Vince McMahon ready.
Yeah, I guess.
That's his type.
Well,
mostly Ripley's his type.
I'm thinking Vince is going to merchandise the hell out of that tank.
Yeah. He's going to sell little tank keychains and whatnot. And so much others. Like, I can see him just counting his money. Like, we can have them on all three shows. It improves our women's division, hands down. We can have Ripley go after the women's title whenever she wants. You know, that sort of thing. I enjoyed this tag match. There was the powerbomb spot in which Robert Stone is looking at his dead.
Unnecessary.
She killed Mercedes Martinez. My favorite is Robert Stone's reaction. You killed her. She's dead. Like him just pointing at her on the ground. Like, I don't believe this. This is my merchandise. You killed her. But I thought it was one of their best edit spots. Like when they edit and you know that they don't land on the cushion or whatnot. I thought it was one of their best edit spots that they did. It seemed seamless. You never actually see the bump, but it looks more seamless because it looks like a camera just couldn't get around on multiple angles. Let's talk about a match that I was happy to see. Dakota Kai versus Jessi Kamea in a match in which we see Jessi Kamea once every 3 months or so in a match. Completely beat up by Dakota Kai, but the big return of Big Mama Cool to kick Io to another part of the round. Just booted the shit out of her and gave her that edge. I was happy to see her back, to be honest. Just Big Mama Cool being back and healthy. I don't know where she's been, but she's back, she's alive, and I'm really looking forward to this match at TakeOver. How do you feel about all that?
It was a bit too much going on, wasn't it? Because I feel like Jessi Kamea got a little bit too much on Dakota Kai, and like we've mentioned it before in terms of AEW where Cody takes a bit too long to get over, but I feel like Dakota Kai should have steamrolled this woman.
Yeah. You're right. It should have been faster. But I honestly ignored how long that squash match going because that was my critique earlier. As soon as I saw Raquel Gonzalez back, and I was like, they need to stay together. Dakota's nothing without her backup to me. And so now they're back together. I was really happy to see that. And then the other thing that happened on this show, there was no Karrion Kross or Keith Lee on the show. And I enjoyed their package. I'm an old school, I need a go home promo for the pay-per-view, and I feel like we didn't have that on this show. Like someone just going like, I'm going to kill you, Kross! But we got a sweet-ass package.
That video package was amazing.
It was amazing. I still need someone after the package, so I'm going to kill your ass. I would like them to be on the show. Even though he was burned with fire. I just think I needed more, of the champ and the challenger cutting their final. Like, it's like they're closing arguments in the case. Like, you have in a court case, you have your opening statement, you have your questioning, and then your closing argument why you should be a champ. I really enjoyed this package, though. It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. I just felt like I wanted them on the show. And I don't know. Maybe I'm greedy. I could never get enough. I could never be happy and satisfied. So what did you think overall of this package that they put together? It made it seem like they've been feuding for 9 months, let alone 3 weeks or 4 weeks that they have been.
Do you know what it was? This video package is very similar to that Austin versus Undertaker at SummerSlam 98, where we didn't get to watch it on the watch along, but it was a very, very good video package. And it's getting me hyped for this pay. I didn't even need to be hyped for TakeOver, but I'm hyped for TakeOver.
Yeah. I'm really hyped for it. It's going to be an amazing show. And again, it's another war between AEW and NXT because AEW starts an hour before or doing the pre-show of NXT.
You know, if anyone watches AEW before that, they're ridiculous.
Yeah,
go watch it TakeOver and then watch AEW. You're gonna have more fun watching TakeOver.
Yeah. And then TakeOver even added a match. I mean, we didn't talk about this in the ladder match. Everybody, all the contenders came out, and then one of the people that weren't in the contender, a bitter Timothy Thatcher, came out and essentially cost Finn Balor the match. And they have now set that.
Timothy Thatcher was wearing Isaac Yankum's getup when he came out.
So you're saying he was pulling teeth before this? It was like, oh shit, I gotta go interfere in this match.
Well, he had to be. Look at his teeth.
So I'm looking forward to Timothy Thatcher Finn Balor, which was made for TakeOver, and I was like, that's the match I'll start the show with. Just that match will be so physical and it's so good. Two of the best. Balor, as is proven in this match with the Dream, was before all the shenanigans. We're having a really good match of telling the story of two people who wanted this match. Oh, I am looking forward to all the TakeOver. Oh man, I'll let you just go on AEW first. There's nothing to me on that AEW show that can happen that made me go, I need to see this right away. I could watch it after TakeOver. By the way, tune in Sunday where you not only get our AEW reactions, but our NXT TakeOver 30 reactions, where we will be off the cuff and pumped up.
As much as we think the show is going to go short, we've got NXT TakeOver.
Yeah, but here's my thing about NXT. It saves us rants, which saves us time. Because we're going to enjoy it. We're going to be like, that was great. Do you remember this fight? Remember that? Yeah. Like, I feel like we dwell more on negative stuff than we do on positive stuff. Like, if someone has a good show, you're like, yeah, this happened. That was great. If something's bad, let me tell you why that sucked. Or if
just
we want to go...
I told you why Velveteen Dream should not be fired.
Like, if I were to talk about the playoff games this week, I was talking about, this is why the Lakers lost. Shout out to Gruntsburg who brought this up earlier. This is why the Lakers lost. LeBron did everything. AD wasn't ready for playoff attack. The rest of the team sucked and whatnot. And they're going to hope and pray that they can survive Dame Lillard because that's the best basketball player I've ever seen currently right now. And I know I'm saying that.
Speaking of, Tegan Knox did say she wanted to sort of beef out with Candice LeRae over wine, which makes me think another episode of At Home with the Garganos. Yes, please.
Maybe this is that could be our no. I think they should just do it. We've had dinner at the Garganos. Candice LeRae should invite Tegan Knox over for wine, and they just have a random cinematic match in that house. Like they tear up that house, that stage set house, or whatever they're doing, and I would be all for that. I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't, but
even do I.
Nice.
But I would love it for it to happen.
So that's NXT. I thought it was a good show, but it wasn't the show they needed. The show they needed is like what you suggested, is a blockbuster show that all the audience, that one made me not only tune into TakeOver 30 and make I forgot who said they were going. It was the Gruntsburg Evolution Dork who's going to watch AEW. That makes me need to be there for NXT TakeOver, and it needs to be to steal the AEW audience. I feel like they didn't achieve that. So I'm going to go with a C-level show. Nothing much happened. It was a solid. It was a solid NXT. C. It's just that's why I don't grade, because C means average. It was an average show.
Ah, it wasn't average. It was good, but it wasn't spectacular.
Which is average, right? That's why I don't grade.
No, the matches were good. Like
They were good.
The matches were good.
They were
So
spectacular.
that doesn't make the show average.
It's an average show for NXT. They set the standard up here. I always expect good matches from NXT. It didn't wow me. That's what
Yeah, it
average
was
is.
missing the wow factor, but I wouldn't say it was an average.
Average isn't bad. It's just
Average
average.
is horrible.
Average is okay. It's a typical show. I wake up every day and have an average day. How many above average days do most people get? I mean, you get them in a lot. I mean, throughout a month, you'd be like, it's an average day. But most of them are average. It wasn't below average. It wasn't anything bad on the show. I'm not gonna go out there and say, oh man, they should have did this, do this, do this, do this. There was no selling. El Legado, Phantasma, and Breezango in their 6-man tag. I didn't really need it. It was a good match.
I really didn't pay attention to that match.
It was a good match, even though Tyler Breeze was not Legal Man.
Yeah, I know. Swerve got a pin on, attempted to pin someone, and then realized. Then the referee had to remind him that he wasn't a legal man.
Well, I don't even know when Breeze became like. It was so confusing. Like the referee, Phantasma wasn't legal. Swerve tried to pin him. Swerve gets knocked up the ring, and somehow Tyler Breeze is legal and gets pinned. I have no idea what happened with that. Very confusing. At first I was praising, look at them follow the rules. And then after that I was like, look at them not follow any rules. Unless I completely missed it. So, average show. The next thing I want to talk about is a very minor story, but it is an interesting one. Renee Young is leaving the WWE. She was long teamed as one of the premier backstage announcers. They moved her on to she had Raw, Talking Smack, and then she moved on to Fox, where she did the I already forgot the name of that show, WWE Backstage, that was canceled. And she comes back basically to these shows, and she doesn't really have a spot because Kyla Braxton, Charlie Caruso, and some other blonde, I think it's Katie Cathy or whatever, has taken her spot, and she is now putting in her notice. And how do you feel about that overall?
So it's a big loss for WWE. I feel like so when I first saw this story, I thought if they let her go, I thought they were releasing her. So I was just like, oh, okay, this is awful. But she is a very talented woman on screen talent, and you shouldn't be letting go of talent like that.
Yeah.
However, I would be trying to get Kathy Kelly back, who was also very good in front of the screen.
Yeah.
And then pushing her to the moon!
To the moon!
But,
by the way, I saw a camera grind picture of him on the moon, and I was like, Jesus, this is starting.
but I honestly think that, if she was to go to AEW, I don't think AEW would put as many roadblocks in front of her to do other projects.
So, if you were her, where would you go? Would you go to AEW? Or would
I'd
you
go AEW.
It
means you work 1 day a week. AEW work 1 day a week, and then it frees you up for 6 other days to do whatever you need to do. So she could get a job at ESPN or Fox or wherever she wanted.
Yeah. If I was her, my ultimate combination of Renee Young moves would be AEW, but also become an analyst for TNT Sports when they have their, basketball games and some golf and baseball. Become a sideline reporter for that as well, because she's really good at her job.
Yeah,
like she's really good at hosting shows for people in the backstage. That whole hosting thing, she's really good. She's really relatable and has a lot of personality and provides a lot of stuff. If that doesn't work out, maybe she just goes and works with Fox. I feel like if she just leaves WWE and does AEW, she's shorting herself a lot of money. I feel like she has opportunities to go anywhere she wants.
Well, I feel like John Moxley's getting paid quite a lot to be at AEW.
Yeah. But who knows? I feel like saying that. But I'm rooting for her, whatever she does. It's not like I already can see the internet with Renee Young showing up on AEW. What again? Look at that. They stole another one from WWE. But I feel like it's someone that was already halfway in, already out with their company, with your husband already being there.
Yeah. And I think there was reports going around that she was unhappy that like WWE didn't actually phone to check how she was doing and stuff like that when she got COVID and stuff like that.
Oh,
which is kind of like the main thing you should be doing if you're like an employer of someone.
Yeah. Sorry, I was thinking and reading the chat at the same time. Got distracted. But I'm looking forward to her future endeavors. But not like she's got fired or anything. But whatever she's involved in.
When
she
you
goes
hand
to
in your
cooking,
notice, you're not really future endeavored, are you?
No. Yeah, I'm not. That's what I'm trying to imply. Like WWE wasn't on top of this. This is her leaving voluntarily. I'm looking forward to her YouTube channel and Twitch. That seems like everybody sets up once they leave. Or even if they're in the company, they still set up themselves a YouTube channel and Twitch.
I don't
her
know
cooking.
People promoting their Twitch like Kip Sabian at the opening of every AEW Dynamite.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of any wrestler promoting side gigs. Like, wrestling isn't paying your bills enough. You need this extra side hustle. I hate it. Like, I understand they do autograph signs and stuff, but I don't even want you promoting that. I want you to only talk about the business of the ring because that's where you make your money. I don't need wrestlers promoting, like, on TV, on screen. Talk about, here's what I do on the side. Make sure you get my side hustle. Like, they bring up up, down, down on WWE. It's very sparingly, but I don't like that either. When they bring up being the elite.
His up, down channel is going towards WWE.
Yeah, it's basically the same shit.
Which I watched today. Something I really want to play. Tyler Breeze.
Hashtag bless.
Tyler Breeze.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
hashtag bless.
And Adam Cole were playing the Legends Royal Rumble card game. And it looked incredible. Like, just a basic card game of hit points and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I want to play this.
Let me in, guys. Like, put me on the game. But yeah, that's an amazing channel. Like, the more you watch stuff, and it's like, man, they're entertaining. The wrestlers are more entertaining on that than they are in wrestling. No matter who it is.
Yeah, I think Gruntsmurf may have said it, or may have been someone else, where they were talking about how Breeze gets much more charismatic on the up, down, down channel than he is on TV.
Yeah. It's like him, Kofi, whoever. Like, there's a few people that are just so much better, like, into their characters. Some people are who they are. Like, you expect it from Selena. Now I expect it from Kofi. But it wasn't before up, down, down before you realize how much of an arrogant asshole Kofi is. But it's not like in a bad way. It's more like show and pony, but it's good.
No, it's like he's the typical Patriot fan. I imagine now. They got accustomed to winning and all this, and they're a bit too arrogant. So this year in the NFL season, it's going to be very testing for these Patriot fans.
You don't think they're going to win with Cam?
No.
I think they're going to win. And it's going to piss people off.
Cam's going to come with a label attached to him now. At Fragile.
Look, I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to go on the record for this. And I know this isn't a football show. But whatever. It's the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. We do whatever the hell we want. I believe the Patriots are going to have a better record than the Bucks. I think the Bucks are going to be trash, and the Patriots are still going to be good. And everybody's going to hate them.
I don't think the Patriots make the playoffs.
Ooh. We should have a gentleman's bet. Manny, I have... Hold on. Let's see what I reached and grabbed. Let's see what kind of bill is this. $1. $1 bet that I will digitally pass
all you have?
That's all I have just on the bracelet. I don't have my wallet on me. Oh my gosh, that's something with the Queen on there. Oh my God. I have George Washington. All right,
I can see you through it.
Oh my God, special money right there. When they say the boy has his own money, the boy has his own money. Coming to American reference. So I bet you 20 quid. I don't even honestly know what that is. Or $1 that the Patriots will have the better record. And somehow we can do a handshake agreement. Yeah, better than the Bucks.
This bet's gonna go all the way to February to December.
Not if they cancel the NFL season. Yeah, I mean it can go on, and we're probably gonna forget it by the end of it.
No, someone will remember.
I'm gonna remember.
Grunt Smurf always brings up our crimes.
Yeah, I know I'm not gonna forget, because what you need to realize is that I'm a competitive asshole, and whenever I win, I do not shut up. Again, we played another random game of Monopoly this week with Eric and his family, and it was I'm even disgusted by my actions. I'm playing sad music about them. I'm telling them I forgot how much money I had, and like I just tap it on the side because I ain't even got to spend it. It's disgusting, and it's plotting. One day we will film an edition of our Monopoly, how intense and how serious it is. Yeah, you may think Monopoly goes 4 hours. Well, it may go 2. It's 2 hours of pure shit talking and gloating and laughter. That's all it is.
I changed my whole the way I play in Monopoly midway through.
What is it?
I'm cutting deals. If I land on your spot, I ain't paying shit.
Yeah. Wait a minute. You land on somebody's shit, you're not paying them?
No. That's the deal I cut. I was like, oh, you need this to start building properties? Oh, okay. If I land on this, I'm not paying nothing.
Wow. You're playing the rarity deals. Like, we're making GM deals of like picks later, nothing cash consideration. I remember one deal was hung up this weekend because Ryan refused to give Ryan $100 extra on the deal. He won $100 for no reason. I was like, why you want it? And then Eric was like, all right, man, I'll give him $100. Anybody else want to chip in? No, I refuse to give him this $100 because I proposed a deal that is helping him and hurting myself just so I can get this other property. I am not giving him $100. And, you know, we eventually made the deal, and I ended up winning because of it. But it's really good. Pure free fucking money. I love Monopoly. I love the alternate rules of Monopoly. Playing straight up is not fun. But with that being said, let's get back into this show. We will be back Sunday for a special edition show where we'll be recapping AEW Dynamite, NXT TakeOver, and probably provide a SummerSlam preview. We also will have a championship parade in which I believe Wes from B More will be defending his title against, I forget, is it Grunt Smurf or El Luchador? I forget.
It's El Luchador.
El Luchador.
If I manage to get it out in time, I will be producing a video to save time.
Oh,
going over the pick. Grunt Smurf, El Luchador has cut a promo on Wiz.
Oh, what? You see, that's all I want. I love the promo work. By the way, everybody that's holding the title, Wes or El Luchador, it doesn't matter. I am going to find my way back to the DSPN Championship and be your reigning, defending, undisputed champion of the world. And I will not defend it. I'm going to take a time off. That's like...
You will be stripped.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, Wes has been a little too quiet. So, I'm going to have to contact him today to let him know that picks need to be in by tomorrow so I can start producing a video. And if he can, send me a video of him cutting a promo on El Luchador.
Ooh. Can't wait. Can't wait.
You know it's Wes, so Wes is going to go all out.
Also, before we started the show, Grushford, we brought up a concept of like a Money in the Bank match. I brought it up to the commission right here in our pre-show of doing a random draw title match in which it would be based on one match and you would be assigned one particular match. Similar to the way this ladder match is when they have 5 participants, but it'd be a multi-team match or multi-person match in which you're assigned that wrestler and you have to root for it. So if you ended up winning a battle royal and Tamina wins that battle royal, you become the champion. Even though I doubt any of that would happen.
You know, if Tamina ever wins any type of match like that, the person is instantly stripped and you become the champion.
That would be great. If you had one particular wrestler.
I think that's an instant clause.
That is the Money in the Bank clause. That is now a rule, guys. If Tamina becomes champion, I am the new automatic champion. You lose the title if Tamina becomes the champion. And that's me cashing in. That is my briefcase.
So if she becomes 24/7 champion, that automatically means Marcus becomes the champion.
Manny, can I give you a clause?
Yeah.
You may hate this clause, but I'm gonna love it. If Nia Jax ever performed a 5-star match, a good match, and you were like, Nia Jax is great, you instantly become champion. As the commissioner. Like, you're going, Nia Jax didn't botch any...
What you're saying is that will never happen.
Yes. That somehow your Nia Jax hate has eradicated so much that you're out there praising her work.
I don't think that will ever happen.
Like my Tamina thing, that's never going to happen. We need to come up with one for Eric. Eric has to like all the entire AEW Dynamite and enjoy every match that happens. Maybe that's it.
No, he has to claim every match as a 5-star match.
Eric has to transform to Dave Meltzer. That's for him to get the title. He has to go out there into an AEW chat and talk about and just be kissing ass, slurping them up, just doing whatever it can to love AEW.
Before we close out, what you're about to see took me a very long time to produce.
Hold on,
because I had to learn how to do all of it.
Before we go to that, Manny, we gotta sell the books. We gotta sell them, make our money. We gotta go to the money clip first. So, mute it again. I said it for unmute each time, Manny. I said it to not mute us, but every single time it mutes me. I don't know why. I click away, I come back, and it mutes us each time. Fade to black. We're gonna do it again. All right. Buy our merchandise. These are our t-shirts. That's our mask. Buy whatever you can. Help the Sharpshooters and the Untitled Manny and Market Show any way you can. We will really appreciate everything you do for us. For the love of God, I wish it stops muting me. Now, Manny, you may go on to what you're going to say.
Yeah, so the next video was either going to be the outro video or an intro video. It took way longer than it should because I had to learn how to do overlays and various other things. So I hope you guys appreciate that we're putting time and effort in for you.
Instead, Manny, I'm not going to put your outro, and I'm just going to make you mad and put the image, the thumbnail with our animated image.
No. The worst thumbnail ever.
Yeah, the worst thumbnail ever. I will put that up there instead as a troll move. I didn't do it. But I feel like that would have been hilarious. To just put that image up there, followed by the dancing girls. And
I was actually going to add those to the clip, and I was like, no, we shouldn't.
Alright, so we see you guys later. Until Sunday. Oh, we'll be on tomorrow for a watch along, right?
Yeah, tomorrow's watch along is the best of Keith Lee from Evolve.
Yep. So we're going to dive into Keith Lee's past, where he looked like an older man back then. I don't even understand. I see old Keith Lee photos, and I was like, man, this dude must be 40 they got in here. And then like, no, he's 35. Walter's only 33. I could have swore he was older.
See, when you look at Keith Lee back then, you almost believe that he would carry his gear in a briefcase. The way how old he looked.
No, he left in a cane. That's how old he looked. That dude was living hard. All right. Until tomorrow or Sunday, you guys all stay sharp. Have a good day. Hey. Oh, check out the market head, man. He should.
I hate you both right now. You guys are ridiculous.